We're here. It's Wednesday.
Wow, already.
I know, right? I thought it was Monday like yesterday. So I guess I was like halfway there. I don't know. We had passed it already. All right. So tonight we have Doug and Chris with Fear Expo, which is out of Kentucky, right? Which city again? Just so
Owensboro, Kentucky.
Nice. Which is like where in the scheme of Kentucky?
So you have Louisville and then St. Louis. In between those, well, St. Louis is Missouri, but basically an hour and a half in between each one.
Nice.
Yep.
That's convenient.
So it's north, I would say north central, but I'm not actually from Kentucky. So, but it's just where we decided to have our trade show.
Gotcha. And then tell us what Fear Expo is. You said it's a trade show, so explain what that means.
So Fear Expo is a haunt industry and film industry national trade show. We took off last year for our first pilot year, really focusing on the haunt industry side of it. And this year we're adding the film side to it as well. So it's going to be for basically vendors and attraction owners in both the haunt industry and the film industry. There's a lot of crossover with the two, and both the vendors and the attraction owners can benefit from, both industries.
Absolutely, I agree.
So that's the quick, nitty gritty, but I mean, I can go into it even more if you like.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about you guys tonight. So,
I know.
Yeah, if you want to go into more detail, kind of, there will be classes to take. That's kind of the difference between a trade show and a convention is you can't just go in, you can't just get tickets to go to a trade show.
Correct. So the biggest difference, and you see a lot of people, talking about the fact that some conventions, do certain things and trade shows do others. I think, as far as for me, the biggest difference is the fact that a trade show is made for the business professionals. It's going to bring in the attraction owners, industry, someone dealing with the industry that sells a product. So you're not going to see anyone selling purses or jewelry, at a haunt industry trade show. And then same thing with the people who come to it. It's not going to be as many or almost none enthusiasts unless they work for a haunted attraction and they come in through the pass of, the owner of the haunted attraction. Or in this case, we'll be adding the film industry as well. So we'll be having, producers and people who are making indie films and so on and so forth. So with that additional landscape, now our vendors who, sold to the haunt industry for a long time are going to get an opportunity to show some of their talent to, maybe even get involved in indie films and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah. And of course, we're looking at this year adding some pretty good events. I'm sorry I can't talk about all of them yet because we're still signing papers and working out deals. But hopefully very soon we can come back and we can tell you about some of the major events we're trying to take care for next year. I mean, it's a year away, and but the other thing is, filling up the trade show with really good vendors that benefit the hunt industry. And I heard a rumor that we're trying to get 50 hours of education across the board. As a matter of fact, I think Mischief is even teaching a class there this year.
Yep, I think so.
Or next year.
Next year.
Yep.
Yep.
So, we had a lot of different ways to go with Fear Expo. But when it all came down and we talked about it, and we brought in our board of advisors, everyone said, hold true to the haunt industry, horror industry, the film industry, and make sure that when a business professional goes there, they walk away with something that's a return on their investment, not just some trinkets or, they had a good time and drank a lot of beer, which, we want them to do that as well. But at the end of the day, when you leave there, you go back and you say, you know what, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to bring my attraction to that next level because of what happened at Fear Expo.
Absolutely. And I feel that. And I'm glad that it's in March, right? In March of next year. So it's
and that was not planned. That just happened a spur of the moment. The major attraction or trade show in the industry had to move their show. and it ended up being only 7 days away from ours. So we scrambled to get new times, because we wanted to make sure that the vendors could, take part in both shows and not be, had to make a choice. So we scrambled and we were able to get a date that was later, which ended up being in March. I'm not going to complain. Beautiful
Oh,
weather. We're looking at even having a parade outside if we can, finish all the aspects of that. So
nice.
yeah, I'm gonna like going to Owensboro in March, especially being from Michigan.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'm sure it's like way snowy still in
Oh,
March.
it is crazy right now. I mean, we're in April, and I think we hit 30 degrees today.
Ugh,
So,
it was 80 here. It's really weird for us
oh,
for
rub it
April.
in. Okay.
There's a question for you already. Your Facebook page says you have 150 plus vendors. Is that for 2023?
Yeah. So the plan is when we totally sell out, which it looks like that's not going to be a problem this year. The estimated vendors are going to be over 150. So
That's
we're
awesome.
already over 85 at this time. And we haven't even made our major push. Basically, it's just been about re-signs right now, taking care of the vendors who signed up last year who are always grandfathered in for a free booth. We're taking care of all that, making sure we're finding their spots. They're getting to pick their map spots. Then we're going to release the map and some of our education and some of the special events. And we predict, we could be sold out by August.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Somebody said there's a zombie walk in Owensboro.
I heard that.
Very cool.
So yes, that would be pretty cool if we could get that to coordinate, with the time that we're there.
That's awesome.
Halloween in Owensboro. That'd be
Right.
nice too.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm excited to go. Like I said, I'm excited that it's in March because I feel like every haunter can probably agree with me. By like December, you're just craving like some more like spooky. I don't know. We
No,
did
I
not put
totally.
Chris in the corner. No, he put himself in the corner.
Yeah. So just so we can address the elephant in the room,
Mhm.
Chris is going to be chiming in and out, but he's also working on the back end for our Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth, and bringing me water. Oh, by the way, thanks, Chris. And he's sharing. That's why you're going to keep seeing him turn. He's got 3 computers in front of him, and he's making sure that Mischief is getting shared through across all of our platforms as well.
I love how Chris did
He
not unmute himself. He just was like,
Yeah, he's like, yep, that's me. And I probably even said all that incorrectly. I probably didn't even get any of that right. Chris takes care of all that.
he said, I don't know either. So, oh well. We'll figure it out. It'll be all right. Perfect. And so classes will run all day then?
Yes, a matter of fact, we're looking with a combination of us, partnering with HauntCon. We're letting HauntCon take over all the classes, and a blast from the past, the godfather of the haunt industry, Leonard Pickle, is stepping
Oh,
up to control and organize and do all that fun stuff with the classes. And he told me we're going to have 50 hours of classes. So
awesome.
I'm excited. I'm hoping I get to jump in quite a few of those classes, and having HauntCon, along with Fear Expo, is allowing us to concentrate on our lane and let them concentrate, like I said, on the haunt tour and the classes, the education.
Very cool. Yeah, that's exciting. I feel like that's, like you said, knowledge lasts forever. So, I mean, you can get a trinket at a trade show and that's fantastic, but is it going to last you the lifetime of your haunt career? Probably not. But knowledge will. So,
And I've been really talking a lot with the HauntCon crew and seeing whether or not we can get, probably at least 75% of the classes booked by August, because I'd like to roll out some specials for the buyers and the attendees, where they can get, full blocks, a full day of classes or a full 3 days of classes at a really affordable price. As we know, just to come to Fair Expo is free as long as people end up pre-booking. But this year we are going to have a strict cutoff. So if you wait to the day of, because of the fact that we got to make passes and there's a lot more work involved, if you wait to the day of the show, there will be a charge this year. We're probably charged $20 or $25 if it's within like the week before the show. But we're announcing all that way in advance. But as of right now, once we release the ticket prices, the tickets are up. People will be able to go in there, and if they just want to go to show, they'll be able to go show for free this year. Again,
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
I didn't see that question.
Oh, it wasn't really a question. Somebody said, asked kind of how you landed with HauntCon, and then they thought HauntCon was dead, and then that was the reply.
HauntCon's alive, yeah.
So there you go. There was the original question.
How did you land with HauntCon? What happened? So the crazy thing was, what happened was I was looking, Chris and I were talking, and we said, hey, what's going on in 2023? We're picking our dates and everything, and we knew we were going to be at the end of January. Well, then out of nowhere, I said, well, what if HauntCon comes back? He said, oh, yeah, that's right. HauntCon's in January. So we reached out to HauntCon and started having communications back and forth with Clarion, the owners of HauntCon, and found out that they were looking to come back, in some regards, not sure exactly how, for 2023. And that's where the conversation started. And they really enjoyed having their other show, the Halloween Expo, out in Vegas. And so, just it worked out for us to combine and do a show together. And so originally we were going to do the HauntCon Fear Expo show, trade show in January. But again, like I said, we ended up having to move it to March. And I'm not complaining. March is a good date.
Yeah, I agree. Less chance for, I don't know about where in Kentucky that is, but if they get a lot of snow, but they should be fine in March.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even in January, when we had our show this year, we didn't have any snow on the ground. It was cold. I mean, don't get me, to me it was warm, but to everyone else, I mean, I saw people in heavy winter coats, and us people from Michigan and Wisconsin, we had t-shirts on, so we were all good.
You're hanging out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Nebraska's pretty cold too. We don't get as much snow, but it is cold.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just something where both of us, felt that we were in the same direction. It was so great, talking with them and hearing their vision on what they wanted to do for the haunt industry and how it aligned with ours, that it just made sense for the two of us to work together for this year, and it looks like for future years as well. So, and then we partnered up with them because they wanted to get their haunt tours going. And so we're partnering up with them and being a sponsor for them at the Ultimate Haunt Tour.
Very cool. I love seeing companies work together, for sure. That's like my favorite.
Yes, exactly. No, we're growing and getting a lot of great partners. Chris, your dog is beating up on the other dog right now, just by the way. I mean, we are getting a top.
They're playing. They're not beating up.
Okay.
He said WWE.
They're playing.
Okay, because the one looked like he was all upset, and the other one was getting beat up pretty good. So.
We're getting WWE dog edition back there.
I will put a camera on them. I'll broadcast it live. We'll put a link on it later tonight.
There you go.
You know what? I guarantee that'll go viral more than you and me talking.
Well, no, I hope not. I don't want any negative press on that.
Yeah.
Just put a big Fear Expo banner in the background and subliminal messaging.
Yeah, we'll have that deep voice. Round one, fight.
There you go.
Finish them. So, no, I mean, I totally agree. This year, not only are we working on making the trade show better and looking at all the small, I mean, not to jump around, but when Chris and I and all of our executives were at the show, the biggest thing that we were looking at is, okay, everything's running smooth, everything's running good. What can we do better? And so we had a long list, and we talked about that afterwards. And now we're addressing that list. What can we do to go to that next level? And part of it is adding partners, adding sponsorships, doing more for the community. How do we give back? Who do we get involved with that has the same aligned focus about the industry and about making the industry come together. And we're excited. We're willing to sit down and talk with anyone. So
that's awesome. So how long
Yeah.
have you been in the haunt industry as a whole? Where did you start?
So I have definitely a different start than most in the haunt industry. I did marketing for a haunted attraction. I have a marketing background. I've been doing marketing for 27 years. So my start in the haunt industry was doing marketing for a haunted attraction that I now own. The previous owner ended up deciding that it was time for him to retire and move on to other things. And I ended up purchasing that haunted attraction 5 years ago. And we ended up the first year doubling its attendance. Which, I mean, when you look at a haunted attraction to double it in 1 year, it was really good. And we've turned a profit every year since. So, but we're a marketing company that owns a haunted attraction, basically, is what I always say.
Very cool. So have you ever been on like the acting side of it? I'm sure you've been, scene building and all that stuff.
I scene build constantly. Matter of fact, all day today, we're building the brand new theme. We've been doing it since January, and we're probably, we won't finish until, it's time to open the doors. We're just constantly building and changing and tweaking, looking for the greatest new scares. Acting, I've got a chance to do some professional acting with the haunt the last couple of years, which have been exciting. Just a few days here and there. Been a theme controller, dressed up, going back to when I was younger, we used to have a home haunt at my grandparents', and we used to, have people come from all over the neighborhood, and I got to act in that one too. So I've had some fun doing that kind of thing as well. So I've seen both sides of it. I think the difference between me and, some of the other people who run an attraction is I really run it like a business a little more than most. So I still want to have fun. I still want to make sure that there's that family feeling. But once it turns time for us to open the doors, it's 100% business. We're very professional, business oriented. We have safety buttons. We can get to any actor within our attraction, and our attraction's 40,000 square foot. We can get to any actor within 15 seconds. We have, safety hallways. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's all about, making sure that we're extremely safe for our patrons and for our actors. So,
that's awesome. You don't hear about that very often, but I also live in Nebraska, so safety hallways, yes, but yeah, nothing that stops, a scene,
Yeah. Well, and it's getting harder nowadays to hire good actors. As you know as well as I do, the way actors go is as they get older, they start to, get professional jobs, move on, so on and so forth. Some actors stay actors for a long time, but you're looking for that next group. Well, that next group of actors is getting harder and harder to attract for the dollar amounts that you pay your actors. I mean, even at $15 an hour for an A actor, right now they can go across the street at Applebee's and make 18 to 20. So there's a lot more animatronics and pneumatics that we're doing nowadays, and thus the reason why when you go to a trade show like Fear Expo, you need to be looking for not only a great prop, but what is the next thing that'll help you replace an actor that might not be there next year.
Gonna go back and mute Chris here.
Oh,
he's ringing the doorbell down there.
No, I'm here.
She muted you because you were making too much weird noise.
Oh no, sorry.
You're okay.
I'm muting myself now.
Aaron Smith, definitely have to treat it like a business. But it is a business that takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A passion for the industry is a must to be present. See, and Aaron is a great guy. I've known Aaron for a long time too, and I totally agree with him. I mean, I get up in the morning, I'm on the computer doing Fair Expo stuff for like the first 3 hours, and then all of a sudden it's 6 a.m. now. And then I'm getting ready and I'm heading to the haunt. I'm getting my build crew going. I'm helping Stewart Designs. He's painting, and Josh, and We got our artists working, and then you come home and you're doing Fear Expo stuff in the evening. So, you know, and then I get to go see my wife, and she's like, "Oh, are you all done working for today?" You know, after a 14-hour day. So, no, I think you got to have a passion for it, and everyone that we've surrounded ourselves with, and the people who are involved with Fear Expo, have that passion, and that's why I think that this trade show is going to it's going to go to that next level. It's going to be a trade show that people are excited about going to. And it's going to be a trade show that when you leave there, you'll be like, wow, I really learned something. I really got something really cool. And I can't wait to go back next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you get to see Mischief there next year. So
it's going to be a great time.
Which happens to be one of the announcements I was going to make tonight is we are partnering up and doing co-sponsorship with Mischief this year. So we're going to be doing a big post about you. And I think that's going to go out tomorrow. We've got a whole bunch of information, and then adding you to our website and promoting your show and everything, and trying to get more of our followers to find out who you are. And we're excited to have you as part of the Fear Expo family.
I'm excited to be here. It's going to be fun. Like I said, I told you my motto in life in general is make people laugh or make them be scared. Just make them feel something and you're successful. So.
Yeah, it's definitely all about the emotion that you can create, no matter what you're doing.
There's another question for you.
Obviously, it was the first show, but how many attendees do you have in 2022 show? Vendors usually use this to gauge ability to sell. Oh, that's a great question. So the first show, we ended up, our goal in the beginning was I wanted to see our first show hit 800. I'm like, if I can get 800, buyers to come in, because we actually turned down about 120 people that, were not buyers. They didn't own a haunt. They wanted to come in. They were media from other industries. And if we were going to hold true to being haunt industry, we had to hold true to that. But we ended up with 984 people. So we beat, what my initial goal was for the first year. And I look back at some of the shows, that are around now that have started out over the years. That's larger than quite a few of the other ones their first year. So we're excited. So I set that goal this year for 800. My goal for next year is 2,600. So I want to beat that. I want to beat that one too.
Absolutely. We'll make sure it happens. Even if we have to bring in a bunch of Chris's dogs.
Well, I can tell you one of the entertainments that we're working on, just that person alone should be able to pull that many in. So fingers crossed that this ends up going through.
Yes, absolutely. It was like we got a couple of hellos. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Awesome. I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back. So we're going to listen to a word from our sponsor, Desaia's Creep Shop.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we're back.
Okay.
Like I said, real quick.
Now that was cool. I like that commercials. I mean, that looks like a really cool company.
Thank you. Yeah. She makes all sorts of stuff. Creepy dolls, resin Ouija boards. I mean, kind of whatever. T-shirts.
Yeah, and Chris and I was just talking about that the other day about he's doing a store and we're actually increasing our store, and getting a hold of companies like that, as a haunter, to add their type of products into our merch stores, not just carrying, hoodies and hats and stuff like that, but getting a hold of a company like that and saying, hey, can I make an order to get, 12 Ouija boards or whatever the case may be. So I love seeing companies like that. I think they're extremely important to the industry.
Aaron said gift shop merch. Ooh.
Totally agree with them.
And the producer of my show, Genghis Eric Silver, the one that made that commercial, said, "Do you guys need a commercial?"
Oh, there you go. I tell you what, Chris makes all of our commercials. We did actually have another company make one of our commercials this year, but you never know.
Never know. Perfect. I was like making sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, we'll have to bring one of ours in too. Eat, sleep, breathe, haunted attraction. Definitely, Aaron.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
I feel like when you start that, it's you can't stop. It's just haunted attractions all the time.
And here's something that people didn't know. Here's a fun fact. Right now, Chris is sitting in his haunted attraction. So he's still there at this time at night. So he doesn't leave there.
You can never leave.
I cannot ever leave. We have our haunted attraction. We have year-round stuff. I have so many managers here. I can't leave until the end of the night.
Yeah, he's got his escape rooms going, Jelly Ball, Fear Expo. This guy's doing it all.
Yeah, too much.
There's no such thing as too much when you get into the haunt industry. It just
Never.
Well, Doug won't let me hire him to run my attraction, so I don't know.
No, I'm only allowed one job, I was told. So.
I mean, that's helpful.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
So, but next year, I mean, as far as for Fear Expo, when we open the doors to the show next year, I think the exciting thing for us is going to be able to look at our first year and that's why our logo, it says Fear Expo, but it says established 2022. That is the year that we bookmarked everyone who came and helped us that first year. And, we told everyone, hey, if you come this year, you're going to get a free 10 by 10 booth for the lifetime of Fear Expo. And then same thing with the attendees. We're not going to charge to come to the show. So, in the day and age where everyone's raising prices, Fear Expo is going to hold true to that promise. And then this year when we come, we get to look at where we've grown, because we're going to truly be able to see that on the show floor, going from, 70 vendors to 150 plus, and going from, just under 1,000 people to close to 3,000, hopefully next year. So
I think that should be pretty easy to do.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We didn't have much time to prepare for this show last year, and this year, I mean, we were on it right away. As soon as we got back home, I think we were already planning next year's show.
I was going to say, I think I looked at your Facebook page and your show was February or March of this year, right?
No, it was January. It was actually January, the last week in January.
Yeah, I was going to say, I looked at your page and I was like, wow, they didn't waste any time at all. They got right on it. It's kind of how you have to do just conventions and trade shows in general, because people will plan that far ahead, and it gives the people the chance that aren't in that area chance to plan as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fine balance right now for us. We have a lot to say, but we're being very selective on how much information we're putting out there. And we're doing that to respect the other shows. There's so many great shows right now. I mean, you got West Coast, you got MHC. I mean, we had Transworld that just went by. You got Texas Haunters. And we don't want to cloud the space with a whole bunch of stuff about us, but yeah, we still want to get information out. So we're being careful to make sure that we're respecting the air shows. We're sharing information about the air shows as much as we can. And I mean, at the end of the day, we're one industry and we should all be trying to help each other out.
Absolutely. 100% agree with you. We had a long conversation about that.
I know.
Creeps the Clown said conventions. Nothing else. Just conventions.
Just conventions. I loved it. Simple, straight to the point. We should all have a one word thing to say,
Right. Just conventions. That's it.
Just conventions. Nothing else, period.
Exactly. Let's see. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else.
I actually think it wasn't Creeps the Clown. It was probably Chris there just trying to type, and he was doing a spell check. Conventions. Yep, I got
Conventions. Yep, got it. Spelled right. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you both a silly question, just because that's how the show rolls. So we kind of touched on this a little bit. But does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Why would you put fruit on pizza? I mean, next you're going to put apple on pizza.
All right. Now
is pineapple a fruit? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now I have to evaluate my relationship with Doug.
Oh, okay. All right.
All the Fear Expo shirts need to just say, "Is pineapple a fruit?" ? And then put Doug after it.
Well, I guess in the same token, I could ask you a question. Does beer belong in Cheerios?
In Cheerios?
Yeah.
I don't like beer, so I would say
no. Okay. And this came up because we actually, after our very first show, it was a virtual show, we had a meeting with all the vendors, and I needed a beer. It was right after the whole thing of trying to fix everything. And I was also hungry, so we just combined it, and everyone says, "What's in the Cheerios?" And beer. So that's how that came out.
Like, you never know.
So we were going to do shirts that said that too. Does beer belong in Cheerios? So.
There you go. That works. He said, she said it, so I said it.
Gotcha.
Creep said I'm already fired because I don't like beer. I drink whiskey, okay?
Yeah.
Just don't put your pineapple in the whiskey. No.
Yeah, I won't do that. No.
Do you think that at some point there are too many shows and vendors have a hard time picking and will continue to pick ones that they will make more money at? With several more attempting to start in 2023, do we need to keep adding more shows, crowding the market? Was that Larry Kirshner who wrote that? Who was
Richard. Richard.
Oh, Richard. I was just kidding, Richard. I knew. So I never want to tell anyone that they shouldn't do something. If they have a good reason and there's a gap, then there's always a way to fill that gap. It's just about doing it the right way. And every show's different. I mean, there is a lot of shows right now. There's a lot of conventions that are going to be more geared towards the enthusiasts. And then you have smaller shows that are going to be geared more towards, getting actors there and having a good time and party atmosphere and meeting celebrities and Elvira's here and so on and so forth. But then you have trade shows that are going to be geared more towards making sure that the business owner gets a return on their investment. So I have trouble saying yes to that question. But if there was 14 trade shows all running in March, I mean, people are just going to choose the one that works best for them, that's the closest to them, that they know they can get a good return on their investment.
Absolutely. And like I said, this is a trade show, so it's a little bit different than a convention.
Exactly. And I definitely don't think there should only be one trade show in the industry. Definitely not. So.
No, well, not everyone can make it to, I mean, I'm in Nebraska, so I can kind of go any coast in under 20 hours. And, so for me, Transworld is about like 6.5, but I mean, I don't feel like there needs to be just one. I feel like all over, coasts, up, down,
Right, exactly.
Not everybody lives close enough to go to St. Louis,
Well, and it's a matter of budget too. I mean, what show do you have that you have the budget to be part of too? So
I think I need my own bobblehead too, Will. I don't know how to make that happen, but
I like that. I think that would be awesome.
Right?
Chris, we got to get bobbleheads for Fear Expo. We got to have Mischief bobbleheads. That would be really cool.
I was going to say, out of all the weird merch I've had, that's the one thing I have not done.
Well, that's saying something then, because I think right now we've done hats, T-shirts, and zip-ups. Next year, hopefully we can get a few more things, Fear Expo gear. People really like, so I don't know if you know the story behind, we started out with more of a corporate logo, which we still have. And it's our corporate logo is meant for the industry as far as dealing with large corporations, helping us with the trade show as far as dealing with the cities, that kind of stuff. And then we wanted to have a fun haunt logo. And so that's where we came up with the skull logo. And so we utilize both as well.
Not possible, creeps. Not possible at all in any shape or form.
I think the dog just tried one down there, though, behind Chris.
He also said, should he attempt a backflip? Sure. I'm not going to try, though.
Yeah, send the video in or rate it. Hold up cards.
There we go. We'll start making those tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be upset if there's no numbers and just a decimal point.
Are you trying to block us from the WWE action?
I think he is. Yeah, we've totally lost this show. I mean, this show is 100% about, what is that, Ren and Stimpy? What's the names? I'm not even looking up. I'm only looking at the dogs.
We got something for everybody. We've got haunters, dog lovers, clown enthusiasts.
Well, to be honest, our other venture, we have a dog convention, so that's why we.
There you go.
What? How come I wasn't part of that? I would have gone to that thing.
It's called Bark Expo. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Barking times.
Yeah.
You're going to start getting messages. Where's this dog convention at?
The cats will start hating us.
Oh, no. Oh.
You'll just have to make a cat convention, too.
There you go.
Or you buy them. That's either way.
Right.
Yeah. So, actually, next year, the I keep pulling us back to Fear Expo. Sorry. One thing that we're talking about for next year as well is to expand a little outside of the convention. Definitely have an amazing show floor. Give time for the vendors to, have lots of sales. But as soon as that 6 o'clock rolls around, have a full schedule for the vendors and the attraction owners. I mean, we launched something this year, which was our networking session. It was kind of like speed dating for the vendors and the haunt owners. So the vendors got to sit down all day long and wait for the haunt owners to come to their booth. Well, we said, why not flip that? So we had the haunt owners sitting in chairs at tables, and the vendors had 3 minutes to go from table to table. They'd sit down for 3 minutes and give a elevator pitch about why they should come to their booth, why they should check out their company. And we had amazing reviews. Everyone had so much fun. Yeah. And so this year, we already have more vendors signed up for the networking hour than we had last year. And so this year, we're going to add it in, put it into a bigger room and really make, even more fun out of it. So, I mean, you've got to come and check that out. It's so much fun. Speed dating to vendors.
Weekend, so whatever you need me to do, I'll go.
There you go.
I'm I frequent conventions, so I do 15, 16-hour days in makeup. I'm there 8 a.m., 7 a.m., and then I'm there till midnight. I'm usually closing down the bar party.
Nice,
so,
nice.
I don't sleep. So.
Yep, and along with the classes and everything that'll be running, we're gonna bring back our blacklight area. That was amazing. I know that the artists up there, we had a couple artists sell some really good walkthroughs. They showed their booth. They had them all designed. They went to haunts, and then we had Jelly Ball, who had a blacklight arena that ended up selling that arena as well. I mean, so that was a $10,000 sale right there. So there were some good sales going on for a first year show. We're planning on expanding the blacklight area, the Neon Nightmare, and bringing in more artists, bringing in more blacklight reactive type masks and weapons, and giving haunt owners an opportunity to see what it looks like to put a blacklight 3D attraction at their theme at their attraction.
That's another pretty good question there from Nate.
Okay, with Fear Expo happening later in the year, warmer weather, will there be anything to do in Owensboro after convention hours besides hanging with the locals at the hotel bars? Definitely.
We have no idea. We have so many plans.
And I wish we could say just one of them. We are working on something for you to do from the time you wake up in the morning until you decide to basically crawl in bed. So there is going to be something you can do, but there's also so many things that you can do on your own that you want to do. There with the Green River Distillery is going to be running tours. There's going to be different kinds of bar hops going on with them making special drinks for Fear Expo. We're working on a parade. We have, a hearse parade at that. So, I mean, we have a lot of really cool things that we're working on. We're just so early in the game that none of it's inked in where we can announce it yet. But the biggest one was the one that happened yesterday. And as soon as that gets inked in, I promise we're gonna do like a breaking news alert and send that out to everyone. So.
Well, we're all looking forward to it. I can see that.
Tickets will go very quickly once we announce this one. So.
Absolutely. Let me just go over here real quick. I was like, I know we have one more commercial to run, I think. So we're going to run a commercial real quick from our sponsors over at Villain Arts Tattoo Convention. All right. That was a quick word from Villain Arts Tattoo Conventions. They are in almost every state in the United States. They've got a convention every weekend. As you can see there, sideshow, tattoos. It is a family-friendly event. So as long as you're comfortable with your children seeing a little bit of nudity, then you can bring your kids. Don't know why you'd want to, but you can. And the next one I will be at is June 4th, 5th, or 3rd, 4th, and 5th in Houston, Texas.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like we got another question while we were in break.
Will there be a haunt tour at the show or just the Ultimate Haunt Tour? So that's another great question. So the Ultimate Haunt Tour is happening in November. We're about to announce the location and all the haunts for that and have tickets go on sale. But the Ultimate Haunt Tour is also happening during the trade show. There's going to be a tour, which is going to be under the branding of the Ultimate Haunt Tour. And that's going to happen, I believe, on Thursday. And it's going to be an overnight tour. So a couple of really exciting things. Once again, just inking the paperwork on a couple of the haunts. And once we have that down, we're going to make a really big announcement with both.
Awesome.
So, yes, there will be two of them. Okay. Is that a bumper sticker? Because we need to make it one if not.
Right? Absolutely. The producer has a question for you.
Okay. Do you fellas drink coffee? Okay, so there must be some bags under my eyes. All right, let me do a little. I drink a lot of coffee. Matter of fact, I was thinking about investing in a coffee company just so I can get my own money back. I love coffee. Chris, do you drink coffee?
I do, not every day, but I go through my spats of coffee here, coffee there, and sometimes sometimes it's dark, sometimes it has flavoring, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends.
Like pineapple? You put pineapple in it?
Dude, that's just so wrong. Don't make fun of me because I have pineapple on my pizza.
I don't drink coffee at all. I run on convention weekends. I run on Red Bull and Dreams. That's it.
Oh, I can't do that. Oh my goodness, my heart rate would be like 185 over 140 or something.
You'll see at Fear Expo, I will just be kind of bouncing around like a pinball and not know where I'm at or what I'm doing. I'm just like, yeah, we're here. We're having a great time. And if you're not, I'm going to make sure you're having a great time.
I think we should do a live broadcast from there with you.
Yeah, we should.
We should definitely do that.
We should get a GoPro and just attach it to somebody.
I love it. Bring those dogs, Chris. We're gonna do GoPro collars. The dogs running.
My dogs are not to be used as your entertainment.
That's sad. Come on, let's do a vote. If we get enough people to vote and donate, we can get Chris's dogs there with GoPros.
There we go. No. He's like, absolutely not.
We tried.
Will is a Monster and nicotine fan. Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Not a good combo.
So have you heard of the new energy drink Ghost?
It's got a cute little ghost on it, right?
Yeah.
Like a tiny little ghost.
So I just saw it today, and actually I called the company. I wanted to talk to the owner. It's actually really good, and I've never heard of it until today. So yeah, it's like you said, it's got a ghost on it. I thought I had a picture of it. I was going to show it to you. So, oh, there we go. We got to vote yes for the doggy GoPro tools.
Woo!
We did not get a vote.
We did. Look, right there.
Oh, wait, there it is.
No, I see it. I'm going to delete it.
He's like, delete it from the internet.
Chris, it's going to go viral. It's good for the company. Come on, be a company team player.
Then we have to get a costume for the dog. So we need a mask.
I'm down with that. We can do that. We know a couple people who make costumes.
I mean, if only we knew a convention or an expo or a trade show that has vendors that make costumes for things. I don't know.
So what we got to find out, we need to reach out to the community. Yeah. What costume company in the hunt industry makes costumes for dogs? I don't know who does it yet, but we're figuring it out.
Just don't make them spiders. We don't want them to get squished.
Oh, no.
No, I have seen the ones where the dogs are on the person's chest and the spider legs are out on. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your dog is spider legging up the wall
right now. Yeah.
I cannot believe we thought this was going to be a show about Fear Expo, and it is a show about your dogs today.
For sure.
Mandy has something to say. She heard. She's watching, and she just said, "What are you doing with my dogs?"
You are not using my dogs.
Okay, Mandy, we won't use the dogs unless we get another vote for yes for the dogs.
We'll put up a link for payment for sure. That's all good.
Right. No, not use my dogs at all.
So, Mischief, what is your
comment on the thread?
All right. You can't.
I can't.
Mischief, what is going to be your class about at Fear Expo? Because I know you already signed up.
I did sign up. See, and I was going to talk to you because it might have to be split into two classes. But
okay.
My class idea is I'm going to talk about how to get into the indie film industry. I've kind of been on a few different sides of it, actress, lighting, sound, makeup. So I was going to kind of talk about that, let people ask questions, all that kind of stuff. And then I could also do one on the haunt aspect as well, because I've been almost everything that you can be, just not a haunt owner. I don't want that kind of responsibility.
That's awesome.
It's a trade show. Yes.
So we are doing classes. Yes, we are definitely doing classes. 50 hours of classes is the plan. And Leonard has them divided according to themes. So you can send your GM to one theme classes. You can send your actors to another one. You can send your makeup artist to another one. And like you said, the film side of this as well. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Now the bottom screen has left us.
Chris is a ghost.
What's going on? Well, we had the dog. It was back. No, I think that next year, as far as for Fear Expo, here's my goal, and I was saying this to our board. I would like everyone who shows and goes to Fear Expo next year to be able to say, "I am so glad I came. It is amazing," and I want everyone who doesn't go there to say, "Damn, I should have made it there. I should have went." because it was that good, and it sucks I missed it. That is what I want to see to happen at the end. And so everything I'm doing, and Chris is doing, and our board is doing, and our friends and our partners, what we're doing is trying to make that happen. As long as we can concentrate on that goal, everything else is going to be easy.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're at the time where it's shameless plug time. So you can say whatever you want. Tell them where to find you.
Nice. Chris, do you want to do the shameless plug, or do you want me?
Well, you like talking, and I'm trying to manage my dog's career, so I don't have time.
I like talking.
Obviously, you're selling my dogs to the community. So.
I think I have to talk on an essential sometimes. So Fear Expo, come and see us at online at fearexpolive.com. If you're a vendor, we have booths on sale right now, $200 off all the way until May 20th. If you are a attraction owner, film producer, so on and so forth, we are going to announce tickets that I'm going to say for sale, but the tickets will go up as soon as we get most of our classes done, so we can announce the classes at the same time. Excuse me. I would expect that probably, beginning of August. And but right now, I mean, definitely check us out. Send us messages if you want to be part of the Fear Expo team, whether it's sales, whether you want to get involved in volunteering to go there and help us out. If you want to be a sponsor, get a hold of us through fearexpolive@gmail.com. That's fearexpolive@gmail.com. We can use all the help that anyone wants to give us. And we're always looking for more partners like Mischiefs here, which is perfect that we have you as a great partner, and we get to help promote you, and you get to help promote us. And it's just going to be absolutely amazing to continue to move forward and have a great show next year. I have several pics from Fear Expo that I never posted. Y'all want me to post to help hype up the show? Well, definitely post them.
Right? Don't hang on to those.
Get them out there. As long as they don't have the ones with me in the boxer shorts and the tank top singing karaoke. I don't need those ones posted.
Everything else.
Everything else.
Awesome. Well, it was great talking to you guys tonight, and Fear Expo is going to be super awesome. You two hang tight through the credits because we'll chat more after. But thank you for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you next Wednesday. We're going to have Terrifier, Art the Clown from Terrifier on next week. So,
all right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.